What up, guys? So welcome to the forecast. Today is Wednesday, and usually on a Wednesday we start to get some nice moves. I can see already that on the Aussie pairs we are starting to trend up, which is a good sign, but the Euro pairs are kind of stagnating and not really moving. So let's go over the Euro pairs first. As usual, here we have EU, and this is just stuck in this sideways range. Now it's not a big range, it's nothing to be really concerned about that it's going to range for a really long time, but one interesting thing was we did touch the 1.0000 level and we reversed up. Unfortunately, we did not get that confirmation, we did not get that nice trend that I was expecting. Instead, we broke the high, left a huge wick, broke the high again, retraced, and we are now stuck in the range as expected when we get these huge wicks. So unfortunately we did not get a nice trend, and currently I'm just being more patient. So we have these liquidity areas below and above the range, of course, and the only thing I'm looking for is a large impulse up, a nice flag, or a large impulse down. Just a second. And then also a nice flag to go short, or an ascending, taking out the liquidity, taking out the stops, reversal, and the same thing to the downside. So the classical stuff, the classical setups, nothing fancy, just being more patient and just waiting for the price action to clean up. As I said, this was looking good, this was a really clean descending, but then it just turned out to be a sideways range. So let's see when the price action moves away from this current range, and then let's see if we can buy or sell. Currently I'm just being more patient and I'm letting it develop, seeing what will happen. Of course, do be careful if we just break out of the range and have a straight retrace, and that usually means we're just going to continue to be range bound, so that is a really bad sign. And yeah, keep your eyes alert. And here we have EJ, so nothing new has happened from yesterday. We have just continued to be stuck in this range, so that is not a really good sign. That is actually a sign that more ranging price action will happen. So nothing new to say here. I'm just looking for a large impulse up, a nice flag, or a large impulse down. So basically same forecast as on the euro and US dollar, just wanting to see price action clean up, because currently I'm not seeing potential. So maybe something like this. Again, liquidity areas below and above the range, seeing if the price action will just break and retrace, or break and give us some nice momentum. So definitely paying attention to that. And yeah, nothing more to say. This is currently trending down, so I do classify this as a downtrend, but because of this larger range, I'm not convinced about this downtrend. This is a really big pause. We can see huge wick up, this news candle, huge wick up, huge wick down, just expecting a range. So definitely be more patient with this one. This is not looking good, and the overall structure is kind of crappy and with wicks all over the place. So just don't touch this. Don't touch this unless you see a really nice momentum up or a nice momentum down. Now we're getting to some interesting pairs. So here we have Aussie and US dollar. This is looking good. This is looking really interesting. As I talked about yesterday, I did really like this sort of a formation. It's a high probability formation in my playbook, which is when we get a large impulse down and then we leave a huge wick, as you can see here, and then we kind of descend, break the low just with a wick, and then we reverse up. So that is a really good sign, because it means the liquidity has been taken out, the stops have been taken out, which were here, because as you know, people were buying when this candle happened. Retail traders were heavily buying. They were expecting a reversal up. They watch these wicks and then they buy. And where do they keep their stops? Well, they put their stops just below the low, and you can see they have just been taken out by the market makers, and then the price reversed. So that's like textbook manipulation and high probability for a reversal setup. So usually the best time to look for a reversal when you see clear liquidity grabs and clear liquidity being taken out. And you can see by this momentum, you can see it's a really nice push. We can see some really nice blue candles, some nice momentum. Unfortunately, it did end with a huge wick, so I was expecting a range at this point, and there was a flag, as we can see here. A flag did form. This would have been the entry candle. This did not fit my plan at all, because by the time the flag formed, I was seeing a clear momentum shift down by these 3 candles. When I see a momentum shift, I'm not taking any trades. A momentum shift is the biggest warning sign there is, because we are momentum traders, and if the momentum has shifted, then our whole trade setup has been negated. So why would we want to buy if we can see that the momentum has shifted to the downside? So there is no logic behind that. That is why when I see this sort of price action, I'm staying out. I'm waiting for the break of the high or the low. As you can see, we then broke the high by this candle, retraced, which is a bad sign. Unfortunately, it is a sign that more range bound price action will happen, or that we will create an ascending structure. But if we do get a clear ascending, I will look for a reversal, of course. What I would really like to see, to be honest, is I would like to see this candle give me a really nice large push up. That would be a good sign. I would then consider taking a break and retest trade. If we get that large momentum, clean close, perfect setup, perfect candle, clean candle, I will be looking for a break and retest. Or the best possible scenario for me currently is that maybe a nice flag forms further up. That would be awesome, because it would be a reversal. It would also be a part of an uptrend, and we would see some really nice momentum up. So definitely paying attention to that. If we do descend, then I'm just expecting a larger range, since then that would be an ascending going into a descending structure. So that is not something I want to be involved in. I'm only looking for that nice ascending or continuation of this momentum. If we get a reversal from here, then I would maybe consider taking a trade, but I would just bet it's going to be more range bound price action, so not really looking for that sort of a setup. Again, I want to see it continue up. I'm seeing a nice reversal. I want to see that confirmation for the reversal. So that's it for AU. It's looking interesting. It's looking much better than it has been for the past month and a half or past 2 months. So really happy about that. Maybe the price action is going to give us some nice setups. Again, do be patient. Don't let FOMO get to you, and don't be too aggressive with the setups, especially after a long time of not taking any trades or taking a lot of losses. I personally have a tendency of taking marginal setups, setups that don't really fit my plan, because I want to be in the market. So definitely do pay attention to that and correct yourself when you spot that bad behavior. And now for the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So this one is looking also very good. It's looking really nice. We did have this descending structure. It's not the cleanest descending, so it was not that high probability, but the momentum up was good. So there was also a trade opportunity right here. As you know, I take trades from the most recent high, which would be here, or the inside bar. In this case, there is no inside bar, there's just the most recent high. So you can see it right here. And what I was looking for, because we got a large wick at the end of the impulse, I was looking for more of a range. I was looking for something like this, and then maybe a nice flag, or maybe a nice range and then a combo trade to the downside like this. So what we actually got, for me, we got a momentum shift and we got a V reversal. So after seeing these 3 candles, actually after seeing, let's go one more, after seeing these candles, I was convinced that this was just a V reversal. So I saw no clear range here, I just saw a V reversal, and this does not fit my plan. So maybe some people did enter on this candle right here and they would now be in profit. But for me personally, this did not fit my plan. Two reasons. First, these double wicks, expecting a larger range. And then the second reason is a clear momentum shift down and a clear V reversal, which are two major warning signs. And then price did continue up, so this time it did work out. So congratulations to anyone in the trade. And at this point I was also looking for a setup, but I wanted to see more of a range. And then we got a pullback, price continued up. We got this nice candle. It was not a really big push, so this candle was not that convincing. It did leave a big wick. So at this point I was looking for maybe a range or something, and then as we can see, the next candle left also a wick, and now we are continuing up. So currently I do really like this setup. I am looking for that combo trade, definitely. As you know, combo trades are very high probability on the Aussie and the Japanese yen. I'm looking for it to tap the inside bar level. So definitely my eyes are on this pair. I'm looking for that continuation trade, or I would want to see a nice larger push up, maybe a nice clean flag. Definitely keeping an eye out for that. If we do start to ascend, then I know the move up is probably exhausted and that we will get a reversal down, so be prepared for that. Do trade accordingly. If we just descend, then that's not a really good setup for me. Then that's a kind of an ascending into a descending, which is not that good. As we know, for me, I do classify this as an uptrend, but the Aussie Japanese yen does trend correctively, so you can also classify this as sort of an ascending structure. There is a really gray area there, but currently I do see this more of a trending structure than a ascending structure. And we can see the move up has been pretty nice. The pullbacks are deep, which is a characteristic of a corrective trend. Really deep pullbacks, so that's okay. And yeah, that's about it for AJ. We can also get a V reversal, not really expecting that, but I'm going to forecast it anyway. Then we get this sort of a setup. Look to enter on a short, some classic stuff. And yeah, nothing more to say here. I like this reversal. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking for either break and retest or a nice flag. It all depends on how this candle closes. If we just leave a huge wick, then that's a huge warning sign. I'm staying out. But if we get a clean close, I'm looking for a setup. I'm looking for a pullback. That's it for the forecast. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So yeah, later part of the week I'm expecting setups, and NFP has passed. Let's see what will happen, and I'll see you guys in the next trade forecast.